3 to 5 face-to-face appointments every single week from putting up 36 marketing pieces, then I should do it again next week. And I should do it the week after. Because I would like to get 3 to 5 face-to-face appointments with people who want to meet me, who know why I'm coming over, and I don't want to pay 25% to get that referral or that deal. Simple. Work less, get paid more. I don't know why you're in real estate. I'll tell you why I've been in real estate, and one of the biggest joys about being in real estate has been for me. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and my greatest joy in life is getting up every morning, getting her up every morning, making her breakfast, and sit down and having breakfast with her, and then taking her to school. I have basically, school's like 5 hours. The kids today don't go to school like the way I did. In my mind, I went from school until 6 o'clock, from first grade until I graduated high school. I'm sure that's an exaggeration, but that's the way it felt when I was a kid. And I had homework every night. They don't seem to have homework either. She's getting ready to go into junior high next year, but she starts her day. She needs to be dropped off and taken to school about 8:30. I drop her off. That leaves me from about 9 o'clock until 2:30. Why 2:30? She gets out at 3:10, and you got to be at school for all the parents here. Got to be there 40 minutes early so that you can wait in line to pick your child up. Another very stupid rule, but so I basically have from 9 until 2:30 to do whatever it is I'm going to do during the day to provide for my child. Because once I pick her up, I got to get her changed, I got to get her dressed, got to get her back out the door before 4 o'clock, fed and rested, to go to gymnastics for the next 4 hours. That's the life of a child. That is why we're in real estate. It varies. It could be soccer. It could be whatever you're into. I don't care if it's taking cruises, vacations, or going to Las Vegas. I like this job because we can do it. We can spend time with people we care about and love. Right? Work less, get paid more. In Southern California, I need 12 transactions to make 6 figures. You can't do that out of college with almost any college degree. I don't know of any Bachelor of Arts program where I can walk out of school first year and make over 6 figures with as little work as you have to put into real estate. Those 4 years, you could have built a book and be doing those 12 transactions. Just my thought process. And last but not least, the one thing that I think we've all forgotten, and it's the biggest rule of redirectional marketing, and it's one that I hammer on constantly, I think that people have forgotten the basic skill of meeting people, something you learned in preschool. I see it a lot with my daughter. Doesn't matter if it's a new group of people, she will go up, she will talk to them, she will engage. When she and I were getting ready to go on vacation at the end of June, just me and her. And am I afraid she's not going to meet kids or just get bored with me? No, I think she's going to go to the pool and find kids to play with, and she will engage them because she's social. She learned those skills, and that's why you send them to school. Nothing against the homeschool people, but social engagement, taking them to church, letting them meet other people, whatever it is in your world. Social engagement is something we've all learned. The ability to just put out your hand and say, "Hi, my name's Lee. What can I do to help you?" And that's what we've forgotten as realtors. We've become consumed with, how quick can I get them under contract? Once I get them under contract, I'm done with them. I think the biggest problem most realtors don't seem to realize about the market right now, the reason most agents are struggling is because they have not cultivated and worked with their referral base. And if you don't have a referral base, then you have a problem. If people aren't calling you back, that's a problem. That means your services and what you've done to them are so bad that they don't want to refer people to you. They don't want to call you back. You're not helping people enough. That's reality. So you can change that with redirectional marketing. You can build a clean slate from this day forward if you apply these rules. And it's by following this data package. First and foremost, pick a niche or a data source, right? Use a redirectional marketing piece. There's only one that I know of. It's the Monster Marketing System. I'll talk about it in a minute. Use automated systems to capture your appointments and informations. And remember the 3 V's, right? Valuing you, value in your message and delivery, right? So if I go to the front door, a potted plant might be nice, but something that might be a little more beneficial for a buyer or seller, that is germane to them being a buyer or seller, would be better than a potted plant or a box of chocolates or even a set of knives for that matter. And then value to your client. Your clients have value. And I see it in a lot of realtors today. And I'm not talking about any of you. You guys are all looking for a better method. I'm telling you, on the street, listening to people in line. Happened last summer while I was standing in line at Legoland with my daughter on my shoulders. The last year of it, I might add. She was up there resting. It might have been a piggyback. She's a little too big for that now. But there were two realtors talking. And the way they talked about homeowners was physically disturbing to me. Physically. And I really wasn't interested in meeting them or engaging them because their views on what homeowners are, which is just basically a dollar sign, is bad for business. It's bad for all of you. It's bad for anybody listening to this. It's bad for anybody watching this webinar. I'm telling you, realtors who treat homeowners like nothing more than a transaction are the death of this industry. And the only way to capture that back through you, through my live events, through my webinar, through as much as I preach against all the other coaches, drop the scripts. Value in you, value in what you take, and value in your client. I'm not saying you don't have to have a script. It helps you get comfortable in what you're saying and the bullet points you need to hit. But everything isn't about the close. Everything is about building a relationship. And that's why you're here. You want to build those relationships with buyers and sellers and build lasting relationships. And then ultimately follow up. Everybody still with me? All right. So how do I get more buyers and sellers with redirectional marketing, Lee? You date them, right? It is a dating process. This is the best way I can explain how my process works and how the process really works. You start with a blind date, right? You don't know them. They don't know you. You want the understanding of putting this a little more out on the table. Imagine me randomly knocking on every single door in a neighborhood looking for a female to go out with. That would be creepy, right? But that's the exact impression people get of realtors knocking on every single door. Well, okay, what about marketing, Lee? Wouldn't you want to market for your next date? All right. I will hire a marketing firm to target 100 women, right? And put them all into the room, get the right music playing, get the right script together, put 100 women together, all in the same place, all of the right demographic, of the right data type for quote-unquote Lee Honish, or as my fiance says, my wheelhouse, all in the same room, and then walk up to 100 of them, one at a time, and go, will you marry me? Now, if I was in Vegas, I might get one random yes out of 100, which is the same result you get on door knocking, by the way. Knock on 100 doors, you're going to get one random yes, I know someone interested in selling, even though I never met you before. I hope that analogy works a little bit better for you. Now, if I walk up to 100 people and treat it like a blind date, like they've never met me, and I have 90 seconds to engage them and get their phone number and get a second date and try to build a relationship and try to explain a little bit more about me and how I can benefit their life, right? That'll lead to the dating process, right? The real follow-up period. So I meet them. I'm reinforcing my message. I'm a great guy. Here's my daughter. She's a really great guy. I love animals. He's a really great guy. Here's my ex-wives and my ex-dates, right? Testimonials. He's a great guy. Just didn't work for me, but he's a great guy. You're dating. No difference for you. Your clients tell other clients that you're helpful. You follow up with them. You reinforce the message. You show them that you're an expert. You send them emails. You send them texts. The reason your business has dropped off is one of the things that people forget is even once you're in a committed relationship with a client, and by the way, you're not under contract at any point. You don't have to do any of this. You're right. They are not hired by you yet. Now, once you become engaged to them, Again, you're still not under contract. You still haven't been hired by anybody. And for all the realtors that are listening to this call or watching this, know this: until they sign their name on a contract, they have the right to do whatever they want. And I understand your frustration of them cheating on you in the dating process and running off with somebody hotter at the dance because they got caught up. And the hottest person at the dance right now, Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, and Realtor.com. You know why? They promise exciting things. They're cheating online with you. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope you understand why the market is so screwed up, but this is the reality. You meet someone, you invest the time, they go online behind your back. They start looking at those sites. They get crazy ideas. They start chats while you're not looking. You haven't signed a contract. It's not a committed relationship. You could be engaged. You could put a ring on their finger. You haven't signed a contract yet. It's not legal. It's not real. But if you do it correctly and follow it my way and realize that you are engaged and you are in a relationship with these buyers and these sellers, they will treat you as an expert and start referring people to you at this point in the process, right? You followed up, you engaged, they start calling you and asking you questions. They will refer people to you at this point. If you are not getting referrals, you are not positioning yourself as an expert. You haven't created a relationship with your client. I see it with my own fiance to this day. Clients she has worked with in the past still like her. And when they have a question or somebody has a need, they call her. Hey, I know, let's call her and ask her a question. If your clients aren't going, hey, let's call him or her and ask her a question, then they're not happy with you. Okay? You got a bad ex. Sorry. The dating analogy actually works really well because then the marriage happens, right? They sign a contract. And I know this in my own personal life. I'm sure some of you are married out there. You realize this. Got him under contract. We're married. I can put the weight on. I can let myself go. I don't have to buy flowers anymore. All those things happen. I just got an eyebrow raised out of my fiance. But this is the truth, right? We stop trying. We stop putting the effort into the relationship. They signed. I can move on to the next person. My opinion, this should be your highest point and level of service. You should try harder at this point. I think you should try, be yourself, certainly. But once they commit to a contract, spend a lifetime with you build a lifetime relationship, the marriage process, highest service point possible. This is when you've got to pour it on the most so that they realize that you're there. I will tell you this, the reason buyers and sellers are not calling you. The minute they have to call you for an update, and I'm not talking about the crazy ones. I'm sure we've all dated and gotten engaged to the crazy ones once. They're the ones sitting outside your window in the middle of the night. What's that mean for a buyer and seller? If they're calling you twice a day, they're the crazy ones. I would even say once a day, they're the crazy ones. But I'm talking normal, average human beings, right? The minute they have to call you and ask you for an update and you don't know the answer or you don't return their call, they are going to break up with you. They're going to do the transaction. They're under contract. But what we're seeing in the market today, this is the truth. Go look at the NAR number report for today. Why are there so many contracts being signed and so many escrows falling through? My opinion, poor communication once somebody goes under contract. Ultimately, your goal is to have children with them, right? You want to have a relationship where they bring you and automatically feed you more people in your as your referral sphere. They should be your greatest testimonial. To use a term that a man I'd like to call friend, Seth Godin, would use, he uses the term intravenous marketing, where the individual that you worked with will automatically give you and refer to you buyers and sellers. That's what you want. That is your goal. Build a lasting relationship. Build a legacy for those of you that have family. You want children. I want my daughter to tell her kids and their kids about me, that I leave something behind worth talking about. That's important. what you're looking at on the screen is exactly all the reasons why pending sales break down